Should you play Once Human, The Way of Winter? Let's break this question into two parts. Should you play Once Human? Do you like shooters? Do you like survival games? Do you like seasonal games? If you said yes to all three, then yes, you should absolutely play Once Human. If you didn't answer yes to all three, then only you can consider why you didn't say yes. If you don't like shooters, Once Human isn't for you. If you absolutely hate survival mechanics, then no, Once Human isn't for you. If it's seasonal games not being your thing, consider playing Once Human, because while we do have a seasonal game format, we get to transfer a lot of items between seasons. Plus, for people who like persistence, you can go to Eternal Land and build permanent things that you can enjoy between seasons. On the topic of Eternal Land, there is a link in the description below if you want to visit my island that is all holiday houses. The first house is built, the Halloween house. Now, are you already playing Once Human? If you are, then yes, absolutely, you should move to the Way of Winter scenario. Why? Because it's fun, and it's going to beat doing another round of Manibus or Evolution's Call. If you are on a server that is getting ready to end, before you move to Way of Winter, absolutely get yourself a frozen Northern Pike blueprint. Trust me. Now, what makes Way of Winter fun? To start with, this scenario begins to introduce more survival elements, namely surviving hot and cold temperatures. I'm not going to go over how to survive those in this video. If you need help, there's a video in the upper right-hand corner which will guide you through that. Now, you may have heard some people complain about the temperatures. I think a lot of players have missed the idea that the scenarios are going to get more and more difficult. This is a crawl, walk, run sort of buildup. In the first scenario, we had the basics of a survival game. Then we got hard modes, which increased how much food and water we needed to survive. Now we have to overcome environmental factors. And to be honest, the survival mechanics aren't bad. Next up, we have the dungeons. We have new dungeons, new silos, new monoliths, new bosses, new fights, new mechanics. Some silos are the same, we've already seen them, but we do have a few new ones. Some bosses are the same, with all new mechanics. Treant has new mechanics, Forsaken Giant has a new mechanic, and then we have all new fights. And some of these fights are very hard to solo, and that means fun. It means challenge. It means having to get better at the game, tweaking your build, grinding for better mods, or, dare I say it, partying. Now, if you aren't already playing Once Human, what I will say to you is don't play Way of Winter as your first scenario. Why? Because anybody jumping into Once Human should absolutely play through one novice Manibus season so they can accumulate star crom, blueprints, blueprint fragments, so they can build better gear when they get to Northern Nalcott. Now, I am not saying you can't be successful in Way of Winter as a brand new player. So if you want a really, really difficult challenge, jump right in. Otherwise, if you want to make sure this is a game that doesn't disappoint you, follow the crawl, walk, run ideal and do a novice Manibus season first. And then absolutely move to Way of Winter once you have one season under your belt. Now, if you look at the other videos on my channel, you might find a few videos where I talk about things regarding Once Human that might give you pause for concern. And yes, there are. If you want to make informed decisions about the games you play, you should absolutely watch those other videos so you can join our community with eyes wide open. But I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't think you should play Once Human. And I wouldn't recommend the Way of Winter scenario if I thought this scenario was bad. Are there some rough spots that Starry and NetEase still need to work out? Yes, absolutely. But so does every other game. The development team here is making constant adjustments to the game. They send out surveys. They genuinely want to know what the players think, so they know what to focus on. And they often liaison back to the community through their community managers and their content creator program. And if you want my personal endorsement for the game, this is my current main primary game, and I don't even have a side game at the moment. I'm averaging about 9.5 hours a day in this game. This game is free to play, totally free. No paywalls, no hidden fees, no pay to win advantages in the cash shop. Absolutely 100% totally free. Things in the cash shop are cosmetic only, no paid for advantage. Now, with that said, I am falling behind in my playtime. I'm going to get back into the Way of Winter scenario. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and either I or the Gale robot will get back to you.